Mic check 1 2 1 2. About to show y'all niggas what we gonna do. Guys, gals, and gas, honey. Yes, honey. I hope you ready to relieve some stress, honey. Cause you over here with this hot ass mess, honey. Introduce yourself.
It is the one and only Armani Dae.
That's all we got. We don't get artivists, activists. We don't get Spike Lee Jr., honey. We don't
Listen,
get
listen. we not doing all of that. Everybody knows it. And if you don't know now, you know I am creative producer, award winning designer, author, mentor, artivist, all the things. This creative producer sums it up of all the creative things that I produce in this world. Yeah.
He forgot King Tranny. I am a published research psychologist. I am also a clinical psychologist. I specialize in gender and sexuality, amongst other things. Yeah. That's where I sit. Outside of being a dope ass tranny.
You forgot globally known
Uh, we
and goddamn part-time comedian.
We ain't doing all that because I ain't all that yet, honey. You know I have to perfect crafts before I can wear hats, honey. Ain't no point in being a Jane of many trades, honey, if you haven't mastered any. Honey,
You know what?
the psychology is what I have mastered at this point. Honey, everything else is a work in progress.
Come
But
on, psychology.
what's going on? What's going on with you today? Before we get into the tea, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Wellness checkup.
Yes, I'm always here for the wellness checkup. You know what? I'm good today. Today is a good day. Good weather in LA. You know, I woke up on the good side of the bed. You know, made a little bit of money. People support my art. I'm talking to you. We got people listening. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Ooh, child, I've had better days, Armani
Oh,
Day.
good.
I've had better days, honey. I'm really just still processing all of the tea that has happened over this past week, over this last weekend. Um, it's been a lot of tragedy. It's been a lot of tragedy, unfortunately,
Mm.
during our holiday season, and I'm sending out peace, love, and blessings to everybody who's listening. And I just want to remind you that no pain lasts forever.
Mm.
This too shall pass. But yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
lot going on. Rob Reiner, son killed him and his wife. Rest in peace to Rob Reiner. He played Meathead on All in the Family, Archie Bunker's son-in-law. He's also an acclaimed award-winning director who did the first Princess Bride and Harry Met Sally and uh, what is it? Ghost of Mississippi. What is it? Mississippi Burning. The one with Whoopi Goldberg in it.
Ooh.
The Mississippi.
I don't know.
I think it's
I think
Ghost.
it's Mississippi Burning.
I think it's Ghost of Mississippi is the one that he's in. But that happened. There was the another shooting at Brown University. Surprise, surprise, honey. You got the Jews getting gunned down in Australia. You know,
Ghost of Mississippi is what Whoopi Goldberg.
yeah, Ghost of Mississippi is what Rob Reiner did. Um, it's just been a lot of depressing stuff happening, and then on top of that, we've had tragedy in our own community. This whole
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Pop taking the life of Makari Finley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for all who don't know, trans woman went live on Facebook and took the life of a trans man. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't recommend watching the stream. I only did it for research purposes. It was heavily requested that I cover the topic on my socials. Um, and it re-traumatized the fuck out of me. You know,
Mm.
reminder to y'all, I witnessed one of my close friends being stabbed to death in front of me. So bringing back that was a lot. Um, you know, coping mechanisms definitely have come into play, but I have taken a break from the internet after that. After I made that post, after I processed all that madness, I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna take a break. So I took a break from the news and all of the things, honey. Yeah. Did you hear about that situation? Were you aware about Nikki Pop and
Well, well,
go,
now I'm actually going to change from just damn saying that I was good and having a good day to now my day is a little fucked up because what?
oh shit,
What?
honey, I done fucked
I
up.
done fucked me up, Bree. What the fuck?
Oh my god, that
Jesus.
was not the intent. That was not the intent.
Listen,
That you know this is supposed to be the fun show, honey. You know this is supposed to be the fun show.
listen, but we always keep it fucking real and we always be very transparent and educate people on all the things. And this is the shit that needs to be known, especially when a trans man is involved, when trans people in general, but specifically trans men, because you know people are always saying, which has been shown to be true, that trans men are and or feel invisible. So yes. I've heard about this, but I have not done my research because everything was, first of all, this things were just too graphic for me, and I steer away from stuff like that. I don't even know how people like you and news reporters and everybody can even report on it. You know, I'm grateful to y'all for doing it because somebody needs to. But Jesus,
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And that's why I don't want to stay on it too long. I just want to
yeah,
remind everybody because people are peopling and peopling on social media, and I think that they're forgetting that we have lost a brother in the community and we don't know the whole story, and there is a family grieving, and one of our sisters had a psych breakdown that resulted in us losing one of our brothers. You know what I mean? I'm
and we
sure
always talk about mental health.
I'm sure there are a lot of factors, and you got rumors swirling on social media, and I even addressed some of the rumors that are swirling. If you want to see, you could check that out. Not about to rehash it here, honey, but I
Mm-hmm.
just want to remind everybody that to wait for the details. We don't know
Yeah.
the whole story. Um, that's it.
Sending love to both of their families, but especially to his because you know he's no longer here. But we don't know what you know the young lady was going through. You know,
All we
so
know right now, all we know for fact is that she took his life and decided to live stream after doing it. But yeah. I know that you have been scrolling though, however, and you have been having some shit going on, and I haven't even been able to get into the tea that you have been bringing up, Armani, honey, because like I said, I took a motherfucking break. So we gonna get into it together. You sent me this motherfucking clip from this deli turkey sandwich looking motherfucker. This motherfucking Jason Lee, honey. I don't know if you know, but honey, I wish Hollywood stayed the fuck locked, and I wish they locked his ass the fuck up out of there. I'm not a big fan of Jason Lee. I'm not a big fan of that girl. I'm not a big fan of that queen. I'm not a big fan of her texturizer. I'm not a big
oh
fan
my
of her
god,
saggy skin. I'm not a big fan of her Ozempic or her gastric bypass. I'm not a big fan of this girl. But anyway,
Reed, why is you reading them like that?
I didn't realize I was reading her.
You never do. What the fuck?
I'm not I'm not a fan of her DL trade chasing purse
Oh,
shaking. Honey, I'm not a fan of the Italian man that she's mixed with. I'm not a fan of none of that shit that bitch got going on, honey. It's no shade. But like you said, you're right. Let me stop. That's a crack baby. Let me not be talking about him like that. That's not fair. We don't know what
and
his
that's still a part of someone from our
who
community. You
community.
know,
Who community? Yours?
the
That's a
queer. What you call it? Ubiquitous. You know, the queer community.
I don't be claiming no DL chasers and shit like that as part of my community. You know what I mean? It's I mean, I guess technically, but shit, technically Trump is your motherfucking president, but you don't claim that nigga.
Sure the fuck don't.
Okay.
Sure the fuck don't.
Let me get into this Jason Lee tea, honey. Caption Jason Lee on being tricked by a trans man. Oh Lord,
Lord.
it's always a tranny.
I was telling my friend a story the other day that I haven't really shared about how this trans man tricked me early on. Because, like, I was telling my friend a story the other day that I haven't really shared about how this trans man tricked me early on. Because, I'm not attracted to trans, just not my thing. Hey, trans, I know y'all are going through a lot right now. That's not my thing. But I kind of fell for this guy that I liked when I was DL, not down limit, down low, gay. It was a man tricked me, beard, happy trail, chest, muscles, everything. I was like, oh, I found the one. This is the one right here. After a couple of Jack in the Box tacos, come to find out this was a whole woman transition to a man. But we found out in the middle of sex.
So it was a whole thing? Like when you got there, like what?
Oh no, this is somebody I had been talking to and getting to know. I'm gonna take my time.
No, but you're saying it happened during the experience. So
what
yeah, happened?
We ate too much liquor at a party. Ended up going to my room having, you know, the waterworks were there. I was like, hold on, this is not what I'm used to.
Was it a full transition or was it bottom surgery?
There was no penis. Oh no, they had removed the breast, had muscle.
So no bottom surgery. So they had top surgery, but no bottom surgery.
Correct, because he still had a vagina.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just think people need to know what they're signing up
for. So we want to know the difference
between...
It's
what you order versus what you got.
That's the difference between journalism, a journalist, and whatever. You're just like, you say there was no, and I would just say there was no bottom surgery when people would know what that meant.
Child.
I would just say there was no bottom surgery when people would know what that meant.
There was no clip-on penis. It was just, nothing was there.
Yeah.
So the reach around was different. Now I'm telling you, it scared the shit out of me. I had to go downstairs and process with all my friends. You remember Stoney and Set It Off where after she had sex with the guy, she wouldn't try to wash herself off because she didn't know what she just did? I was like, but that was young, 23-year-old, 24 years ago, Jason, not really knowing what was going on. Of course, I've grown into being gay now. I know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be, that has never happened to me. That would be interesting. I have trans friends and my straight male friends.
All right, we can pause there, honey, because that's already a lot to unpack, honey. Now, do you still want me to backtrack and pussy pop on reading this deli turkey sandwich?
I want to focus on the topic and not him specifically because he ain't getting no shine off of us. I don't know the man. I don't know much about him. I honestly didn't know who he was. I would just hear his name a lot, and now I'm starting to see face and put face to name. Still don't know what he's mostly known for. I don't know shit about him. So I want to stay focused on the topic.
He's known for that. He's known for being a messy faggot. That's exactly what he's known for. He's known for being a messy sissy. He's known for being a punk. He's all the derogatory things that you say about gay men. That's why I said I don't claim this motherfucker in part of my community. Now, honey, I don't know who the fuck community he belongs to, but like I said, I wish they locked his ass up out of Hollywood. I do want to give a shout out to Don Lemon. That is the man that he was talking to that had some fucking sense in the clip, honey. But all right, let's break it down. Let's go segment by segment. First of all, before we even get into it, I want to address the fact. No, I'll wait.
I was telling my friend a story the other day that I haven't really shared about how this trans man tricked me.
First of all, bitch, you misgendering motherfuckers, and he doing it on purpose. Like, this bitch hangs with T.S. Madison. I didn't call the sister TL. Hey, TL. Hey, Mad. Um, but he, but he's around trans people enough. He's aware of trans people enough to know that you don't call no trans man no motherfucking woman. And then he acting like he slipped up and shit. Bitch, first of all, you're not a good enough actor to make it look like it even was an accident for real, bitch. We know that you did it on purpose, girl. Honey, you and this fucking loose ass texturizer.
Early on, because I'm not attracted to trans. It's not my thing. Hey, trans, I know y'all are going through a lot right now.
Hey, trans, I know y'all going through a lot right now. That's just not my thing. You didn't have to say that. That was none of this was needed for the story.
That's not my thing, but I kind of fell for this guy that I liked.
So you already setting it up. You already setting it up to be transphobic. You already setting it up for people to be against the trans. This is why I can't stand this faggot. I can't stand sissies. Honey.
Oh my God. DL, not down limit. Down low, gay.
It was down low, bitch. You was born out the closet, girl. Honey, your mother's legs was cocked on the closet threshold, bitch. And you talking about when you was DL, honey? Down low, where? Where was you ducking, bitch? Where was you ducking under a kitchen table or something, bitch? Because you wasn't down low. The only time you done been down low, Jason motherfucking Lee, is when you was doing the limbo, bitch. You ain't never been down motherfucking low. Nowhere, girl. Like, this is why I can't stand faggotry. Honey, I can't stand sissies. And I don't mean all the faggotlers, because clearly I'm a faggler evolved. But bitch, I can't stand the girls that's like Jason Lee.
It was a man tricked me, beard, happy trail, chest, muscles, everything. I was like, oh, I found one. This is the one right here. You know, after a couple of Jack in the Box tacos, come to find out this was a whole woman transition to a man. But we found out in the middle of sex.
So it was...
All right, now, whoever the fuck was desperate enough to let Jason Lee fuck them, you already know that there's some mental health issues and some insecurities and some desperation, going on over there already, honey. Pray for that child who's dealing with their gender dysphoria and their lack of standards, honey. We hope that you have evolved. And I hope that you have evolved past this nasty tranny stereotype of not telling people your motherfucking sex before you get in the fucking bed. Like, I'm not understanding. I don't get, like you really about to fuck somebody and take the rip and without them knowing your genitalia? Do you think during the process of sex they not going to realize your genitalia? And I know with a lot of the girls, with a lot of trans women, they pull pussy stunts. They play whole stroll games and pull them pussy stunts and talk about, oh, I'm on my period. Don't do no reach around. It's bloody. Oh, I got a tampon. Bitches be taped up, nuts and shit be folded inside of them and shit like that. So I know the girls that played them whole stroll games, honey. And a couple of the girls getting their motherfucking wig snatched from the roots is the reason why this stereotypes exist. And why the fuck is you going to perpetuate this stereotype? Especially for a motherfucking Jason Lee. And that was before he even had a coin. Like, bitch, what was you on? And Jason Lee, to add some context, I think the reason that the trans man played in your motherfucking face was because you was trying to play in his motherfucking face talking about your ass was DL, bitch. And you ain't did nothing DL your whole motherfucking life, girl. You literally have a career for running your goddamn mouth, bitch. What the fuck is DL about that, girl? We hear the sissy list as soon as you said hi, bitch. Talk about a D fucking L, bitch. You would have had to play deaf for people to think that you was DL, bitch. Because as soon as you open your goddamn mouth, faggot jumps out.
My God.
What do you think about this, Armani? We didn't get to the last T, but he said this was 24 years ago. This was a 23-year-old Jason Lee. Jason Lee, you is not convincing no motherfucking body that you is 45, 47, or anything under 55, bitch. I
Oh
don't
my
know who the fuck told you that you was passing for your 40s. I know you got a little bit of melanin, honey, but them cracker jeans then got that potato face sagging on top of that motherfucking gastric bypass, Ozempic, Manjaro, and all that other fucking shit you doing, honey, bitch.
What the fuck is going on?
Jason Lee need to take her motherfucking Truvada. That's what's going on. What do you think? What do you think about? What do you think about this, Armand?
Oh god! So first of all, damn, the girls that called us stray. They wasn't even a part of this. The trans girls that called her fucking stray. Oh God, let's just put that out there because you know people listening, they gonna be like, well, damn, how you bring the trans girls into this that they called us stray? I didn't say it, Bree said it, but whatever. Y'all
The
called us
name of
stray,
the
y'all be
show.
okay.
The name of the show is telling you that people is catching strays, bitch. It's politically
Oh,
incorrect.
oh God. I mean, listen, the truth is the truth. I'm just saying, like, as you were saying your piece, it's like, damn, they done called a fucking stray. Anyway, all right. So first of all, let me start here. Same thing that you said. Like right off the rip, you are already fucking misgendering. Like for you to say trans girl, trans man, like dog, come on. Seriously, for you to be in your motherfucking 40s, for you to be a public figure, public
Didn't I just
speaker,
tell you
somebody with a
that
big
he?
platform,
Didn't I
get
just
the
tell you that this motherfucker was an octogenarian? Didn't I just tell you that his geriatric ass was a senior citizen? He is not in no motherfucking 40.
oh my God. Anyway, that's already fucking problematic from the door, especially as a person that's talking about, oh, I have trans friends. I also want to say, in addition to that first point, it really is fucking irritating. Matter of fact, it's infuriating and disrespectful when people who be like, oh, I got trans friends, but then in that same fucking breath, here come your transphobia or your ignorance. Like, what the fuck? Do y'all not learn anything? Do y'all not have conversation with them? Do you not feel like, you know what, let me go educate myself a little bit, whether you asking the trans people that are your friends and family specifically, or you're doing your own fucking research, which everybody should. Do you not feel like, damn, I should do my own research to make sure I'm up on shit, to make sure I'm being respectful, that I'm knowledgeable? All like, what the fuck? That's the first thing that right off the fucking back that then already pissed me off. Second, how can you say you not into trans, which is an entire fucking group, even though the way that he said it was fucking improper, because what the fuck is a trans? I want people to stop saying that. This shit is improper. What is a trans? A trans what? A transmission? A trans person? What the fuck are you saying? It's not, it's very improper. Are you saying a trans person, a trans man, a trans woman, trans people? Be fucking proper with it. Yeah, sometimes it seems to y'all like we asking for too much, but no, especially as somebody, again, that's a public speaker, public figure, all these things, you should know the proper fucking way to address people. And if you don't, ask the fucking questions. But for you to say, oh, I'm not into trans, trans what? And how the fuck you gonna say you're not into an entire group of people? Have you fucking dated all trans people? Do you know all trans people?
Well,
I
clear.
get
Well,
that
clear.
preference is preference. I get that preference is preference. But every trans person is different.
He clearly was into at least one trans, so that was another motherfucking lie.
Clearly. Clearly, because like you literally, which it was another part that I was going to get into. I had to make my notes because that shit just pissed me off. Clearly, you was into one trans person, and again, going back to preference, I get that he might have his preference, whether it was 20 years ago, yesterday, today, tomorrow, whatever. You got your preference. However, if you felt like he was the one, why the fuck not see beyond his transness? Why not see beyond, not his transness, but why not see beyond his genitalia? If you truly felt like, oh my God, I think this is the one, this is the, you said it out your own fucking mouth. Why are you not willing to be like, damn, you know what? All right, maybe this is not typically what I go for. Let me just try and see what's up. You know, if you truly felt like he was the fucking one, like it's really, again, it's something else that stands out to me. It just really pissed me off because I hate when people do that. They be so into you as a trans person, as a non-binary person, or just a person in general, but specifically talking about trans people. And either when you disclose or they realize like you may or may not have surgeries or whatever, or that you don't have a preference to even have any surgeries, it's like, okay, never mind, change my mind. So really, you was just focused the fuck on my looks and my genitals. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up, for real.
I mean, that's I ain't- you know, no bullshit. That's most people in the world though, Armani. Like they not as evolved as people like us, people who see people whose sexuality is on a different plane. There are a lot of people, gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, pansexual. There are a lot of people who that's literally it for them. All they have to do is think that your face, all they have to do is like your face, body, and your genitals. That's it. They don't give a fuck nothing else about you, and that's why you have so many people out here who have trash ass parents. Because people are willing to fuck and entertain and even procreate with people as long as they like their face, their body, and their genitals.
Mm, mm, mm. And so you know what? I'm glad that you said that because as someone, you know, that is, I'm in my 30s. I don't have my goddamn age, whatever. I have had to unlearn that as a child. Now, mind you, as a child, I shouldn't have been fucking dating anyway, but I was. Who cares? So what? I used to be a child. A child. Different from what Jason Lee said. He was not a child. I was a child that was dating people based on looks. If you look good, I was gonna fuck you, period. But I had to unlearn that shit and had to learn what a personality was, what people's history was, what STDs and STIs and genetic things were. I had to learn all of that shit getting older. And I also had to realize that looks can fucking fade.
It ain't no
Looks
can.
can fucking fade.
It ain't no can they do. Have you seen Brad Pitt lately? Holly?
Oh God! Everybody catching fucking straight.
Honey, the only way that
Oh God!
the best chance that you got of getting with a motherfucker who looks ain't going stray or ain't going fade or gonna fade the slowest at least. You gotta find the blackest motherfucker you can who's healthy as a motherfucker who honey drink their water and all that. But then with that motherfucker, you gonna have to deal with the fact that they probably gonna spend more time on trying to stay looking young than they are going to be focused on a connection with you.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, yeah. So
Ugh.
I get what you're saying, honey. Yeah, I definitely get what
I got two more points, and then I want to leave this Jason Lee shit alone.
you.
So also now I understood what I guess Don Lemon was saying that like, oh, okay, so this person technically wasn't, you know, fully transitioned. There isn't a such thing as fully transition unless it's the how the individual feels. Because what truly is fully transit? What does that mean? And in terms of what they were talking about as far as surgery, because a lot of people feel like, oh, you know, once you go hormones, once you take surgery, once you get surgery, okay, then you're fully transitioned. No, that's more of an individual feeling based on each individual within their journey of transition. You feel each individual person can, to me, this is what I believe, can feel that, okay, I feel like I'm done, which can equate to I'm fully transitioned. You know, I'm finished here with whatever changes you decide to make or not. Because there are plenty of people who identify as trans and non-binary that they just socially transition and that's it. Or they socially transition, they legally, you know, change their names and things like that, birth certificate, all that, and that's it. They don't want to be on hormones, or medically they can't because it may have a negative effect on their body. And then also they may not want to have surgery. They may love their body the way that it is.
Yeah, some people want to look like bricks and sissies.
Oh my god! But I do get what from the way that he worded everything is that okay, this trans man wasn't fully transitioned. In their mind, is because he did not have bottom surgery, but that doesn't mean that he did not feel as if he himself was fully transitioned or finished within his journey of his transition. So I want people to listen to that people individually can feel like they are quote unquote fully transitioned, but there is no such thing unless the individual person tells you, yeah, I'm fully transitioned or I feel fully transitioned. Again, that's my opinion. So yeah. And then the last fucking thing, I don't agree with the part that, again, we weren't there, we don't know the truth, we only know what Jason Lee told us, that's all we know. I don't agree with the part of if him and this trans man were dating for however long and then they finally had sex, that the trans man did not disclose to him. If he didn't disclose to him, one, that he wasn't trans, and then also eventually coming into the play of what his genitalia may be like. That part, again, personally for me, if I'm going on my first date with you, 9 times out of 10, I'm already going to tell you. If you've met me online or you found my profile on one of the apps or any of the, you're already going to know. Now, if you didn't read that shit, I'm still, because I am the person that I am and because of what I've been through in the past, maybe you didn't read my profile, maybe, which has happened. I was talking to some cis gay man. That's how he identified. And we were talking for 2 weeks. Now, literally on my profile I think it was Hinge or something. It said my name, my age, trans man. The first fucking 3 things that you see, including my picture, is my name, my age, that I'm a trans man, I'm a Leo, and it has a picture. For whatever fucking reason, either he didn't understand what the word trans meant, and or he ignored that shit, just went by how cute I was, the other shit that was on my profile.
See, even that confuses me, Armani, because I've come across that too, where people are like, "Oh, I didn't know what you meant by trans woman or trans or trans person." Like, what the fuck did you? What idea did you have, bitch? You thought I was talking about I was transmission fluid? You thought I was talking about a transdermal piercing? Like, what the fuck? You thought I was saying that I was a transplant from another country, but I ain't got no accent? Like, the math ain't mathing, motherfucker. And why would that not be one of the first questions you ask when you hit me the fuck up? If gender,
Yahoo, Google, Bing, some fucking body and be like, what this mean? Because that's what I do.
I automatically take that as I don't know if, because honey, a lot of motherfuckers be playing mind games with theyself and the whole time be knowing what the fuck trans was and they've been looking for your ass. Honey, be a whole fucking tranny chaser. Talk about I got a virgin hoe, honey. You see that motherfucker? It be gaping, honey. It be a rosebud, honey. Goddamn chitlins be outside of the asshole. Talk about I'm a motherfucking virgin. Them is hemorrhoids, bitch. That's not hemorrhoids. That is called relapse, honey. Prolapse, bitch, honey. Your whole anal cavity is outside of your anus, bitch.
Any fucking way,
but
gonna keep fucking going off.
But no, real shit. To me, if a person hits me up and they see trans woman and you don't know what it means, to me that just means that you don't care about gender. Like, if you saw that and it didn't matter to you, you were still gonna hit me up, then that means gender didn't matter to you. Gender and sex didn't matter to you.
Okay, so is that a negative or a positive for you?
Well, I'm a take it as you're slow.
Oh Lord, you're uneducated.
I'm gonna take it as you're slow.
Now, why the fuck I try to fix it up and you gonna say it again?
No, because you asked me a question, and personally, I told y'all what it meant, what it means contextually. We didn't already broke down that it's some bullshit. So to me, it's one of two options. You're trying to manipulate me, or or you're slow. Like there
Lord,
is an intellectual disability.
I can't deal. I just don't understand. And this is just me. I don't understand how anybody in this world, especially in this country, is even existing. And you are on social media. You are outside being social. You're interacting with other humans, and you do not know and or are not aware of what a trans person is. It's almost fucking impossible. It is almost, keyword almost, impossible to not know that we exist, or at least to not have come across the word, whether you've seen it, heard it, whatever. It's almost fucking impossible now, honestly.
You would have to live in the middle of the Amazon rainforest to not know what a tranny is, and even still, you gonna know what a tranny is. You just might not know the word for them, but you got a little sissela or fagala running around there,
Like,
or a bull
it
diggerus
just,
running around there.
it just, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so so without finishing my story, yeah, so I was meeting up with the guy, and the day before, mind you, throughout our conversation for those 2 weeks that we were conversing on the app or whatever, I'm like, did you read my profile? And he's like, yeah, I read it. I love everything about you, blah, blah, blah. This, okay, whatever. So now, the day before we were supposed to meet up, right? Something just said, Armani, do what you usually do and make sure and confirm this person knows what a trans person is, that they know that you are trans, that they have read that shit and understood on your fucking profile, because y'all have not fully had conversation about it at all this whole 2 week period. So what I do, I hit him up like, yo, I know we meet up tomorrow, whatever. So I just want to ask you a question. And my question was, how do you feel about trans people? And his response was, oh, I have trans friends, but I would never date a trans person. Immediately, I'm blocking you. Immediately. Because what the fuck, dog? You've been talking to me for fucking 2 weeks. And again, though technically a full conversation has not been had, I did bring that shit up. I did bring up the fucking word. I asked you if you read my fucking profile, if you understood everything that you read. So you can't say I never told you, that I didn't disclose to you, that you didn't have ample fucking opportunity to reread my profile in a 2 week period and fucking Google or research words that have been on it that you may or may not have understood. And so for you to then come out your mouth and say you have trans friends, but you would never date a trans person, you're blocked. I don't even got time for this.
Oh no, honey, you got to be specific. That sounds like you was talking to a cis man, honey. You got you
Yeah, I
got
said that. I
you
said
got
the cis gay man that I met on the app. I
honey.
said that. I
I
said that's
knew
how
it.
he
I knew it.
identified.
I knew it. You
You
didn't
don't say
ca-
I knew
you didn't
it.
you didn't catch the set, honey. What he was saying was he wanted to fuck you, but he don't date trans men.
I don't. Well, then you ain't worthy of me fucking you. Then you ain't getting this good dick. Please, not
Yeah, no.
today.
That's
Not
what he was.
today.
That's what he was trying to
Uh-uh.
find, honey. Do you have
Wow.
any more points before we skate past Jason Lee's borehead ass?
I don't. I don't. I'm so done with it. I'm so
Okay.
done with it.
Okay. Like, let's get into the tea. You had some more tea up in here. Yeah, you did. You kick in because, honey, you ready to get to the next tea because you know it's some tea in here, honey.
My God.
And you know I ain't been keeping up with the tea.
I've become you when it comes to the scroll on social media and just topics and shit just popping up in my face. I'm like, God damn it. All right, I'll save everything. These gonna be our topics. I have become you in that sense. I ain't you, but I have become you in that sense of finding what the fuck we talking about and shit. Just what they say coming across my desk. There you go.
Mm, mm, mm,
So
mm.
speaking of what has come across my desk, I done seen a motherfucking post that I don't know how this person identifies, okay, but assumingly a film, a woman, whatever, woman identified person, then posted on Facebook, I want some tranny dick, OMG. Like, what? And then so someone that is
Where
a
is
friend.
this? I don't see this in the chat. Where is she at?
What?
Where is she at? I got to see this Facebook post. I got to see this.
I sent it to you.
I don't. Oh. Here we go. Here we. Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
The post says, yes, I want some tranny dick, OMG. And then the other part of it, or did you want me to wait to say the other part of it?
First of all, you didn't narrate it properly. Let me break y'all down, honey.
Oh, God.
It's Naughty Naya, honey, with a public post
Oh,
on
God.
Facebook, honey. I want some tranny dick. OMG. Crying face emoji. Honey, that's what the fuck is given. It's not specifying whether she want the tranny dick to be strapped on or organic, honey.
Oh, my God.
But you got Brianna Banks in the comments talk about I'm a pretty tranny with a big dick.
She didn't say dick. She said a big, and it's all the periods. You don't know what she called her meat, her private.
She was responding to Naughty Naya saying she wanted a tranny with a big dick. She left it ambiguous because she didn't want to be blocked off the fuck matter.
Oh, God.
Honey, stop playing in my face, Armani Dae. Naughty Naya is some tea. She wants some tranny dick, but she didn't say if she wanted trans man dick. She didn't say if she wanted trans woman dick. She didn't say if she wanted one that squirt or one that you could put in your purse. She didn't say nothing.
Oh.
She didn't specify. What you think about that, Armani? Because that sounds like some shit that got your dick jumping down it.
So first of all, absolutely fuck not. It did not. But is it entertaining? Yes. I think you know me, sometimes I think too deeply into comical shit or just random shit. And so particularly for this, I was thinking like, damn, well, first of all, like you said, like she ain't specify. She specify what type of dick she want. You know, like is it a trans man, a trans woman, a trans person, trans non-binary? But like, you know, you ain't specify. So what kind of dick you looking for? But you ain't getting my dick. Let's just put that out there. I'm just curious because I'm nosy as shit, which is why we got this show anyway. You know, I like to be in the people business, like y'all be in my goddamn business. so, so I'm thinking, well, what kind of trend? And listen, it took everything in me to not comment on the post and be like, well, what kind of trend did you look at?
I don't know why you was holding the fuck back, honey. You see, Brianna Banks didn't hold the fuck back, honey. You would have been the
Oh
screen.
my God.
You would have been the screenshot, honey, because that would have been the answer that everybody would have wanted Naughty Naya to answer.
I'm just not typically the person that entertains posts like this. However, the more serious side of me wonders if, like, okay, do you fully respect trans people? Do you fully see them as themselves? And are you actively, you know, like trying to date them with the potential of, I don't know, a relationship of love, of whatever, like, or you just saying, listen, I just want to fuck somebody that identifies as trans. I don't give a fuck who they like. That's when my brain goes into serious mode.
Honey,
Like,
in my experience, more people have wanted to fuck not just me, but trannies in general, and was not seeking no romantic relationship with trannies. From what I've seen and what I know, unless of course this is somebody who is queer identifying and not cishet assuming. This is somebody who's clockable. If you clockable, if you a sissy that like trannies, or if you a bull diggerist that like trannies, you know that I think in most cases they more likely to be open to a romantic connection. But even still, it depends, because if you got a lesbian that's very caught up in lesbian culture, and you know her friend group is very lesbian and all of that, honey, you know you might she might be embarrassed about messing with the tranny. And same thing with butch queens. You know, I know it's a lot of butch queens that's embarrassed about being attracted to trannies and into trans people and all of the things. But especially for the cis het assuming people, for the realness folks, for the ones that's out here passing, honey. The low key bisexuals, honey, the downloads, honey. Now for them, honey, it comes with a added cost because even if I like you, if I pursue you romantically and I commit to you and I'm genuine and I treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, then I'm no longer going to be able to fit into cis hetero society. I'm no longer going to be part of the straight boys club, the straight girls club. You know, you gonna clock me, bitch.
Bitch, I can't fucking do.
Yeah, yeah, honey.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh my
honey.
gosh.
Yeah,
Um.
the people don't.
Yeah,
The,
but
the people don't be wanting to give up that cis hat privilege, honey.
oh, you know it. You fucking know it. And I also want to say too. Again, you know me. I'm always going to have something. I can say something funny, but I'm always going to have something serious too because I want people to stop playing with us. I want people to stop playing with our lives. Um. The other thing that I wanted to say is that even though this is just like a general statement, it's fucking improper because what is a tranny? We not doing that. We not fucking doing that. But
I'm all about reclamation, but then that also becomes the question of that ain't her word to reclaim. But
mm,
my question to the trans community is, if we reclaim the word tranny, are we going to allow cis people to use them?
see, and that's just how a lot of black people are with the N word. First of all, the N word ain't in my motherfucking vocabulary. Anybody that know me knows that if somebody calls me that, if they addresses me with the N word, I'm either going to say I'm not an N word, I'm a king, or I'm just going to fucking ignore you, or I'm going to ask you not to call me that because I'm not. Period. But I don't like the word in general, just like tranny. I don't like that word. Do I laugh when you and other people use it? Yeah, sure, because usually when y'all use it, it's like in a jokingly way. It's not like malicious intent to, really hurt somebody or anything like that. So yeah, sure, I think that it's a little comical. But I don't use that word and I don't care for it. And I'm not going to answer to it.
Mm, mm, mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
It got your attention though. You was about to be in them comment sections, honey. Try to
Listen,
find.
because I want to know the people business.
You
What
wanna
kind of tea?
you wanna know something? Um, I guess reclaiming that word has really worked for me because I didn't even realize I didn't even catch that. So had you not brought up the fact that this was a cis woman or cis assuming woman
Uh-huh.
posting this, that's a tea that went right over my head. So
I
that's
can't
so
do
that's
it.
the shade, but for me, yeah, definitely ain't no white people saying no motherfucking nigga, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you try to word it with your lips, honey. No, bitch. I don't even want you knowing rap lyrics, motherfucker, honey.
Oh
Uh.
my gosh.
Hell no, we not doing that shit around here, nigga. But no,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I understand that there are people who feel visceral about it, and that's the reason why I am politically incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
correct, but politically incorrect.
because the psychology behind it. Spoiler alert, honey! I'm getting ready to fill y'all in on one of my magic tricks. I'm getting ready to give you the trick behind the illusion,
Yes.
honey. Psychologically, these words become so offensive to us based on our experience with them. We associate these words and they become derogatory because people have used them with malicious intent. People have used words to ridicule us. People have used words to enslave us mentally. Um, so for me, it's like, yeah, in that sense, I'm a free bird. It's like, honey, I don't give a fuck. However, if I was somebody of another ethnicity or another gender and I had more privilege socially, of course I wouldn't use derogatory terms. I mean, there are derogatory terms that I don't use, and I'm sure people probably don't even realize it because they just focused on the ones that I do use. But yeah, there are a lot of things that I won't say, that I won't speak on. People's names I won't say, honey, just because they're so derogatory. You know, some bitches are so foul and nasty. You know, honey.
That's for damn sure.
But no, I forgot what I was going to say, but it was something else I wanted to say about that tranny dick, honey.
Oh my gosh.
Tranny dick tastes good. Um,
You know what? Moving on. Moving.
ow!
Moving the fuck on, Jesus.
What's
So of
this say?
course, scrolling on Facebook again, per usual, you know, shit just be popping up at me, right? I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, whatever. I found this really, really interesting question that has actually made me think and try to, you know, form my words and shit. And so this trans man posted, now it says it's a stolen post. I found the person that originally posted it, but I couldn't find it on his page. So anyway, this is a stolen post. But this is a trans man, and he asked, "What are the non-sexual reasons you are interested in dating a trans man?" Let me read that again. What are the non-sexual reasons you are interested in dating a trans man?
You asking me?
Yeah, that's the question, and I want you to go first. Come on, Bree, what you got? What you got?
It's basic and simple with me. It's a shared identity. You know, for the same reason that I would prefer to date a black person, another black person, for the same reason I prefer to date another American, for the same reason I prefer to date somebody in my age group. Shared experience, understanding each other's perspective a bit more. I think that makes communication easier. I think it makes it easier to trust people. For example, with a trans man specifically for me, I trust the trans man more with my body than I do a cis man. I'm very attracted to masculinity. I feel that romantically, masculine partners have worked for me, or partners that are more masculine than me outwardly have worked, because we balance each other. I'm very feminine outwardly, but I do have a lot of masculine personality traits, and for me, I tend to mesh well with somebody who is outwardly masculine but has some traditional, more submissive traits. Um, just because my personality can be very domineering, it's very strong. So long term, I tend to work out with better with people who are more chill, more laid back, and that tends to come with the sacred masculineness, in my, at least in my experience. But yeah, with a trans man specifically, I also trust with my body more.
Mm.
Yeah, I naturally feel less judgment with another trans person, period. Because this is somebody else who experiences gender dysphoria and probably has insecurities around their body, or at some point have navigated insecurities around their body in similar ways that I have, insecurities around their sexuality in similar ways that I have growing up in a transphobic and cishet normative society. Um, yeah, it's that simple for me. Everything else is extra. All of the sexual shit, and all of the physical shit, I could essentially, I don't need a trans man for. I don't need a trans man for a vagina. Um, I
Thank you.
I don't need a trans man for an attractive man. I don't need a trans man for muscles. I don't need, the typical aesthetic of the average trans guy, or at least the popularized ones. I I can find all of those qualities in a cis man. And again, I can get vagina from anybody that's assigned female at birth who still has a vagina and feels comfortable with it sexually. That's really not hard to find.
Thank you.
It's actually
Thank
it's
you.
actually harder if you're into front hole, bonus hole, however guys identify it, cockpit. If you're into that, if you're into that sexually, it's probably going to be easier for you to get that from somebody who doesn't have gender dysphoria.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Thank you for saying that, because that
yeah,
was
I
important.
mean logically, but people who fetishize us is typically about the contrast. It's typically about the androgyny of it, the fact that you're getting certain genitals, but a certain aesthetic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess that means it's my turn.
Uh huh. What you got? What you got?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, it took me a minute to, sit with the question and, just try to form some serious answers. Because of course, like I said, I get with the more serious out of it. And I think that that's actually like a serious question. Because it's like, yeah, why are y'all interested in dating us besides of you fucking whatever you think is between our legs, right? So my first answer is literally just a short statement, a stronger connection. And I
Hmm.
wrote that because I feel like when it comes to the types of people that I've dated, I have a stronger connection to other trans men specifically. Um, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, but in my mind, I wanted to say unfortunately, it's been a tie between trans men and like cis women that I've had the strongest connection with in my experience. But trans men just always, I don't know, they just always take the lead. Who I typically have a stronger connection with. The other thing is I feel safer. I feel more at ease sometimes. I can explain it, but also it's somewhat harder to explain. It's just like something that it just naturally happens. Like we feel safer with each other. Which leads me to my other point of relatability. Experience. Emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, all that connection and how I exist, how they exist and navigate in this world. So all of that relatability makes me have a stronger connection and makes me feel safer to them and also like within myself. What else was I saying? And then excuse me, the other thing is building a safe space, a family and or community, because typically if I am dating a trans man, we are making sure that we have a safe space for ourselves but for each other, right? Which can also sometimes turn into building a family with them, whether it's a romantic family or a communal family where you're putting together events and things like that. You're hosting things or whatever together. So I love that aspect because most of the time we think the same. Like, okay, we need to create a space for trans men, trans masc, or people that are AFAB, but more along the lines of trans male, right? Like that. So I feel that I find that we build a safe space together. Uh, my last two are their beauty. There is something so I told you I'll be getting deep. I know, get serious, getting deep. There is something so like it's just something so beautiful about trans men specifically. And again, when I say these things about other trans men, I'm also thinking about myself because it took a very long time to learn to love myself and to learn to grow to love what I see in the mirror and all those things, right?
Hmm.
But there's something so beautiful about um, like trans men that have like, let's say, equal balance of like femininity and masculinity, or the ones that are not specifically trying to be like cis men but own their transness and being a trans man specifically. I really love that, and I am one of those people that when people see me a lot, oftentimes they assume, oh, he's a gay man, but they're just only thinking that I'm gay, and which also is just I'm a gay cis man. They don't see the transness, and they don't see that, or they not assuming that, which I love. But also, if you do, I don't give a fuck because I own it. But yeah, I talk with my hands, and I have very feminine ways, whatever. And not that femininity doesn't have anything to do with manhood and maleness and all that, because it does, whatever. But I just like that about trans men specifically. And lastly, I love being a trans man, and I can 1000% appreciate another trans person specifically, but trans men. So, yeah.
So yeah, I love being a trans man.
So,
Uh huh.
yeah.
We shall see. We shall.
What you mean we shall see? First of all, we done already discussed everybody know I'm fucking pansexual. I date people regardless. But I do have a stronger emphasis on other trans people, and then respectful and supportive cis women that are queer identified. But even that, when you cis, I'm kind of like, okay, we're gonna see, we gonna see. But I have dated a little to everybody, non-binary people, trans women, trans femmes, cis men, cis women, of course, trans men, trans people that that's just their ending right there is trans people, trans persons. Yeah,
Transformers, robots in disguise.
oh Lord, that's it. That's the fucking that's the fucking
Ah, honey,
oh God.
peace.
I can't deal. But anyway, I would love to know what the fuck other people's non-sexual reasons that they are interested in dating trans men are. I would love to get some answers from that, because we want to know. We want to know.
I want to know. I want to know. But I know for a lot of y'all, it ain't no motherfucking answer. So, on that note, uh, it's peace, love, and blessings to you and yours, honey. The happiest of New Year's going into 2026, honey. What you got for the people?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to have a blast of a fucking year. Know it, claim it, say it, receive it, confirm it, all the things. All the things.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for listening and supporting.
Yeah, honey, just don't blast off too hard, honey. You might lose your wig, and we know a lot of you bitches is ugly without your wig, honey.